increasingly complex. We are witnessing shared threats and challenges that transcend borders such as military conflicts, terrorism, climate change, food insecurity, rising number of refugees, growing economic divide between the rich and poor, and the continuing COVID-19 pandemic. These grave issues continue to affect billions of lives worldwide and undermine global peace and security. These shared challenges provide a new and urgent impetus for Pakistan and the United States to strengthen our partnership in pursuit of mutually agreed and mutually beneficial solutions. As Pakistan still recovers from last year's devastating climate-driven floods, we are keenly aware of the great threats posed by a warming planet. Pakistan contributes less than 1% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Yet we find ourselves on the front lines of climate chaos. Pakistan is working hard to mitigate carbon emissions and transition to renewable, but we and other developing nations cannot shoulder the burden alone. Pursuing climate justice requires a collective response with far greater action and industrialized nations. Pakistan led the establishment of Loss and Damage Fund at COP27 summit last year to provide financial assistance to nations most vulnerable and impacted by the effects of climate change. However, more work is needed to help safeguard our shared future. I want to take a moment to thank the United States for its invaluable assistance during the devastating floods last year. Such gestures signify the potential of what we can achieve together. Ladies and gentlemen, the resurgence of terrorist threat by dangerous entities like TTP and ISIS-K is a matter of grave concern for Pakistan and the entire international community. We must stand united in the face of this newly emerging threat, just as we have done before, to ensure the safety and security of our people. A stable Afghanistan continues to remain an important foreign policy priority for Pakistan and the United States. We welcome the U.S. direct engagement with the Afghan government and on our part would continue to push them to honor their commitments to women's rights, girls' education, and ensuring the Afghan soil is not used for terrorist attacks against other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan understands that peace and stability in its neighborhood is an essential prerequisite for economic prosperity and social sector development. In this spirit, we desire to have peaceful relations with all countries in the region and beyond. We do not wish to join any camp politics. Pakistan has successfully maintained good relations with both the US and China in the past and would continue to do so. Rather than seeing these relationships as a zero-sum game, we believe that both relationships can coexist and flourish simultaneously. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan remains desirous of peaceful relations with India. But our quest requires reciprocal sincerity by the Indian government. The measure taken by India in 2019 in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir have pushed our region into a dangerous and dark alley. The government and the people of Pakistan are deeply concerned about the deteriorating human rights situation in IIOJK, including attempts by the BJP government to change the demographic structure of the occupied territory. The rising wave of Hindutva-inspired anti-Muslim extremism in India and other minorities should be a matter of deep concern for the entire international community, including the US. We urge the US administration to persuade the Indian government that without amicably resolving the Kashmir dispute,
वज़ीर-ए-आज़म का थिंक टैंक काउंसिल ऑफ फॉरेन रिलेशन से खिताब आप सुन रहे थे न्यूयॉर्क में जो वो कर रहे थे।